While BC learns lessons and prepares for the big quake and possible tsunami, 1 year later Japan is still recovering and rebuilding. Dana Hutchings has more on that in tonight's Checkpoint.
Jim, a year after the devastating 9.0 earthquake and tsunami, Japan is still very much struggling to recover, but there are signs of hope. The images still as shocking and devastating as they were 1 year ago. Entire towns obliterated. Kazue Matsumoto grew up near the Fukushima nuclear plant. She's just returned to BC from the stricken region.
There's still nothing, no new building. I saw this open wide area and then nothing new yet.
Towns have been turned into barren wastelands. With 500,000 buildings damaged or destroyed, there are mountains of debris everywhere. More than 300,000 people remain in temporary shelters. For some, it's still very difficult.
My mother and wife were snatched away by the tsunami. They're still missing. Right now I am doing work with this group, so I'm employed, but there's no avoiding it. Now that I'm alone, I get depressed.
Almost 16,000 people died in the disaster and more than 3,000 are still missing. And the crippled power plant continues to be a source of danger. Radiation levels in nearby towns are measured daily. In some cases, people don't know what is safe to eat. Despite the adversity, the rebuilding process is underway, although it may take 2 years. And another sign of hope, seaweed farmers are out harvesting for the first time since the disaster that wiped out most of the region's fishing fleet. It's the resilience of the people that will help this region come back from the brink. Tonight's Checkpoint question: a year since the Japanese disaster, are you more prepared for an earthquake and tsunami? You can tweet us at Chek_news, post on Facebook.com/CheckNews, or email us at checkpoint@checknews.ca. Jim, being on an island, we're told we should be prepared to be cut off for at least 72 hours. That means having food, clothing, and medical supplies ready to go. So we want to know, a year since the Japanese disaster, are you more prepared for an earthquake and tsunami? Here's what you have to say.
I'm less prepared actually over here because I believe that it will be a less consequential effect, but science is showing differently, so I'm not too sure.
Not really, no. Just thinking that it never happens here, so don't know what's going to happen when it does happen.
More than before. We have some water supplies in the car, non-battery flashlight.
First aid kit. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things that you always mean to do, but you just never get around to doing. So, yeah, I'd have to say no.
Look at how close we are to the water. So, like, if a tsunami came, I don't think any of us are prepared enough for something like that.
Yes, I would. Would you?
No.
We have earthquake insurance. That's it. We have a supply of water and medications.
Oh, this is a sore subject because I know we're overdue for an earthquake and I'm not prepared at all. But it's on my to-do list.
From Facebook, Eric says, "You bet I am. We've had quite a few earthquakes around Vancouver Island lately, and it's been approximately 300 years since the last big one here. It's only a matter of time before it happens again." On the other side, Jason says, "Oh no, not at all. I know first aid now, that's about it. Kind of shameful living on a fault line and all." And the results of our web poll: 48% say yes, they are prepared, while 52% say they are not. Now, you may remember that debris from the Japanese tsunami is also heading our way. It is still a year away from Hawaii, and it's expected to hit the west coast from California to Alaska, including Vancouver Island, in 2014. And that's tonight's Checkpoint.